You're tuning in to Past Our Prime, a show powered by Squad Locker.
Let's be great. Let's be great.
Here are your hosts, retired Astros minor league star Tip Fairchild and former Patriots All-Pro center Dan Copen.
Go rock this thing, huh?
That doesn't count for the swear jar either.
No, it was too early.
That was very, very early. All right, episode 79.
79. Cheers. Cheers on the water.
He's Tip. I'm Dan. As always, Past Our Prime is powered by Squad Locker, your one-stop shop for all your custom apparel needs.
Mm-hmm. We are hitting school season, so it's
getting busy.
And I sent you a text this morning.
I know.
Did you know where I was going with this?
Oh, I know 1,000%. I think everybody who has kids and they're off for the summer is probably in the same spot.
I said, is it bad that I'm excited for school to start? I think is the way I worded that, right?
No, I think you could have worded it a lot worse.
And then
I thought that was actually kind of nice of you to put it that way.
And then you said, absolutely not.
No,
I'm excited also, I think, or something along those lines.
Look, I love my kids.
Mm-hmm. I love summer.
I think we had a great summer too. It was.
Me too.
I think the kids had fun. They had a lot of time with their friends. We had some family time too, and we still have a couple weeks to go, which is good. They did a lot of activities, a lot of sports, but they had a good summer too because they got out early June, and now they're going back after Labor Day, which always, they're on a different schedule.
I think that's when school should start.
But it doesn't work that way for a lot of schools up here because they're out in third week of June, and then they're back before Labor Day.
Also, think about.
I don't remember summers ever being that short as a kid.
I don't either. I remember summer being a long time. It felt like we didn't really have a ton of responsibility, but there's Arizona, Texas, Florida,
North Carolina.
Don't they all start school in like August 1st?
Well,
August
I think
5th or
they
something?
do. A lot of those parts in the South because I think the weather permits it.
They get out early because
they go all year long.
What?
There's all year long schools in the South. Yeah.
Why?
So they'll go for, I don't know, let's say 2 months or something like that, or 3 months.
They take like 3 weeks
and they
off.
do it in like trimesters or whatever it is. So they'll get, maybe they'll get a few weeks off in the fall or a few weeks off in the spring or the winter and the summer, but their school year is all year long.
I think the best schedule that you could have would be you stop school Memorial Day weekend and you restart school Labor Day weekend.
I think
that's a little early. We're close to that though. We're very close to that. We're 10 days off on that, a week off on that at our kids' school.
I would go early June to early September, which is probably the same thing.
Okay.
But I think that's a normal summer.
Well, did all the primers, Max, do you think the primers missed us? Because we kind of took a little bit of a summer break, I would call it.
Yeah, you
did.
you went back to Maine?
I did a lot of Maine. Got a boat up there. So I was cruising around on a little boat at the camp, as I call it. That was fun. As you can see, we have a lot of hydration in front of us.
A lot of hydration.
Because we're both on, I'm on a little bit different plan, but we're being smart. We're going to watch our health.
I feel like this is every week, don't you, Matt?
That's a recurring theme.
Don't you? And
I
think it's got to the point where now it's just now. Then we said it again. We've said it before. Now it comes down to who we are.
This one really comes down to who I am.
You have a deadline.
Yeah, I have a couple deadlines to meet.
You're trying to do 75 hard.
I'm going to. No, you don't. You don't try to do 75 hard.
I'm just saying you're not going to do it.
You don't try.
And this is positive, and I want you to do it. Okay. And I'm gonna root you. I'm not even gonna throw like beers in your face. I'm not gonna do anything like that.
Yep.
I just think for your lifestyle,
I know it's tough.
You're 2 or 3 days in.
Yeah.
I would prefer the approach of, okay, I'm not going to drink through the week, or I'm going to drink less. Mm-hmm. I'm going to eat well. I'm going to work out. I'm going to drink a lot of water. I'm going to read.
Well is tougher.
Whatever it is that's 1,000%. Last night after the hockey game last night, just real quick, kid, we got home probably about 8:30. He orders a steak and cheese.
Yeah, from
it was from a pizza place.
From a spot, okay. All right.
His buddy orders a pizza. Mm-hmm. I got a garden salad. not even chicken on top of it. And I'm watching
my
those
gosh.
two
Wow.
crush pizza and
Good
steak
for
and
you.
cheeses, and
Good for
I
you.
had a garden salad.
Good for you.
I've never been so more miserable in my life.
That's tough. For the primers, just so you know, 75 hard is it's not a cleanse or anything. It's really more of a mental toughness challenge than anything. Truly,
And trying to get you into
it
a
helps
lifestyle.
get you into a little bit more of a lifestyle. But 75 hard has the following: you have to have 2 workouts a day, both 45 minutes. One has to be outside. Both of them could be outside, but one of them has to be outside. You have to drink a gallon of water a day. Some people say that's hard. I'm having 0. Like, I feel like sneakily I drink a lot of water anyway, even though people think I don't drink a lot of water. When I drink like I chug water. Like, so if I wake up in the morning, I chug 32 ounces of water before I even put clothes on. Like, I go downstairs, boom, chug like a big Yeti just because I'm thirsty. And then when like Max was like, "That's a lot of water left in that. I can drink this in one chug, Max."
Let's do it.
Do you want me to try it? Give me a second, I will. So then you have workout, water,
Reading.
reading, which I've been doing in the morning, surprisingly. Like, so I'm
you should
reading
read.
a great book to, is it called Tough as They Come? It's the Travis Mills story. He's one of the only, I think he's one of 4 military members who survived a blast that left him as a quadriplegic. And he's in Maine. He has a huge foundation in Maine now. He's got he's got a restaurant, he's got a marina. He's really active up there. Tough as They Come, Max? Is that what it's called? Yeah. Good book. So my mom's been on me about this one for 10 years to read it, I think, 5 years. So I'm into that. So you have to read 10 pages. That's it. Nothing. Just
Doable.
Just get your mind working. Follow a diet.
Yep.
I'm just doing a calorie deficit. So I'm not saying I'm doing a no carb or a South Beach,
Yeah.
I'm just going calorie deficit. Now, here's the good thing with me. If I consistently work out and I eat remotely well, I'm in calorie deficit.
Yep.
Because you and I, big guys, we burn a lot of calories during the course of the day and with activity. Like, we burn more than others.
Sure.
Would you agree?
We've got more to burn.
That's right. So, calorie deficit for the diet. And then my favorite, the picture. What do you call it? Self-photo? Self-picture?
Progress photo.
Progress photo. Thank you. Oof, not loving that to start. And I'm actually, the way you do these, right? This is the first time whenever you take a picture, we probably normally, as we just did a photo shoot for Squad Locker for the OGO traveler suit that we had. The thing was nice.
Yeah, it was nice.
You kind of suck in a little bit maybe in most photos. These, I just try to be just blah. Just like sit there or stand there and blah. It's very blah. It's very blah.
As slouchy and as rolly as you can.
Let me get deep into this thing, and maybe I'll send you one of the first days, Max. It's not great. And usually I've been doing these after I work out, so I'm like sweaty. It's not fun. Did I miss something?
Feels like you did.
Workout, water, read, picture, diet.
That might be it.
I'm missing something. There's 6. Hit me with it, Max.
Diet, 10 pages, drink, take a
Maybe
picture. No, there's 5.
you're
Okay.
good.
All right. So that's it. That's what I'm doing. Oh, I know what. There's another boosted one that's like you take a 5-minute cold shower. I'm not doing that.
Why?
I don't love cold showers.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, no, and you're not allowed to take a warm shower
Oh,
for 75 days.
yeah.
So it's a reset. I like how Dan's challenged me that I can't get it done, but he's also rooting for me.
I am rooting.
He's also
I'm
rooting for me.
I'm just saying. I just think
Yeah.
the lifestyle.
Well,
And
because I'm in the entertainment industry in terms of I entertain clients and I have to go out and I have to do these things. I have no problem drinking a seltzer and lime. Give me a seltzer and lime.
When's the last time that happened?
It's been a while,
Has it ever?
but
happened?
I can.
I believe you can.
Yeah, no, I know I can. It's a
believe you
matter
can.
of yesterday was day 2. Today's day 3. Yesterday was day 2, and I did notice in the fridge, I was like, man,
Did you get a workout in yet?
not today.
So you
But
have
what
to
I've been
do
doing,
2.
what I've been doing though for the workouts is riding the bike, back on the Peloton gang. So follow us past our prime, hashtag on Peloton. Boy, the first ride on that was a labor of love. Wow. That was hard.
Who'd you ride to?
It's amazing
I
how
did,
bad
that
or
Bradley-
how fast you get out of shape on that bike if you don't ride for a while. It's amazing.
The power just sucks the power, right? Like, no more power. The power will be back fast. But Bradley, I did the Green Day ride. It was a great ride. 30 minutes, and then I did a stretch with a little bit of an additional stretch cool down. So you get your 45-minute workout in. And then what I've been doing is the weight vest game.
Mm-hmm.
So been doing a long walk, fast walk, weight vest with a little bit of an arm pump or a little bit of a plyometrics workout. The first day I did a weighted vest plyometric workout. Literally nothing crazy. 100 squats, 100 split squats, 100 calf raises. I almost fell down halfway through. My legs were shaking like a tree in the wind.
Yeah.
Just back and forth. Like to the point that I was like, I think I might have a knee injury.
Yeah.
Like, they were bad.
Well, it's like, I mean, the legs, they go fast. I remember just
The legs feed the wolves.
taking like a few weeks off after a season or something like that, and then get back in the rack and doing squats.
Oh, that's
Like
terrible.
Like the third set, you're going down and your legs are almost cramping.
Well,
already.
and I
you haven't
feel
even
like-
broken a sweat yet, and your legs are just dead.
$10 one coming up, Max. It feels like your hamstring is going to rip apart from your like, that's where I feel it. I don't know if that's where you do, but like when I was doing squats, and you're exactly right. When you go back, not when you go back down to spring training, because we're usually working out
just need a
pretty
little-
hard
like,
into it.
just like-
but when you
you-
get back on the
yeah.
squat rack,
Yeah.
or you get back on the leg press is even worse. You get on the leg press with no power, and you go deep with your first one,
Yep.
and you go to push, and you feel your hamstring almost want to tear in half. That's not a good feeling. That's how I felt 2 days ago.
We just have to get to the point where we're okay posting your progress pictures.
We're 2 months away.
We're
75 days away.
Yeah, we're 60
far
days away. We're 60 days away. So that's happening. Max, you want me to give it a rip?
Oh, let's see.
Oh, you're gonna do it?
Well, I thought you were
You're
going to
gonna
tell
try and
us
do it?
about your
So,
golf experience
What do we
this
have?
past.
I will. It's coming. What do I have in here? It's not crazy. That's probably 32 ounces, maybe a little more. Ready? I mean, this is like not that difficult.
How? I mean, I want to take money that he just spits it up from laughing.
No, that could happen.
All right. No chance.
Oh, wow, you actually a lot faster than I expected. Trying to fill the dead air. For those of you not watching,
No chance. No chance.
Tip is not got it.
I can't breathe.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah, I couldn't breathe.
That's a lot.
Hold it up. Let's see how much of a gulp that was.
Not even close.
half of it. I'll do it.
Not even close. I feel like he's going to spit up all over. No chance. I'm saying he doesn't even get this down.
There's already a lot of water. There's already a lot of water in my stomach.
That's the worst part.
So-
By the way, that's probably the worst part of 75 is the because
No way. No way.
do you know how many,
you know why?
Do you know how many
Because you have
times
to
I pee a day now?
Yeah, you have to pee. That's the problem. But I will tell you, boy, is it clear.
Yes. It feels healthy.
Healthy. Okay. I did play the Quid 4-day. That is one of the reasons for this, because that's 4 days of pure gluttony, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Food, booze. Jenkins and I, we won our flight.
Congrats.
We lost in a tough playoff, but we played great. We played great. So we're one step closer
Yeah.
to taking this whole thing down.
I kind of look at it like when you play in those events, you have like 3 goals or 2 goals. Like it's kind of like the season. Like I want to win the division first, and then you want to get to the conference championship,
there you
and
go.
then you want to get to the big show.
Very good. Very good way
and
to look
some
at it.
teams, some individuals need to take steps to get there.
Yep.
You know, you're one of those people that needs to take a step.
Well, we need to because we're very low handicaps. It's very tough to do when you're low handicaps. Now, I will say the winners this year were the lowest handicaps in the field.
Oh, were they
That's
really?
not that. That's happened, but it's strange. Normally, you see like those perfect 10 handicaps
Yeah.
come in there because they play well for a week. You know what I mean?
Well,
So
that low handicap hits a run or gets on.
that's what happened with
hits
these
a
guys. They
heater
got
and
hot.
they're
They got
just-
hot. Right. So I mean, we're getting close. We do have today Austin Bradshaw, who's the CEO of American Flag Football Association, Squad Locker customer. We do a bunch of work with them. We want to talk to them about football season starting, but the flag football season starting, right? We're going to have some football guests on, too, because there's a lot happening. I do have a question for you, Dan.
Okay.
we know where he is now, but where was 12? I was really nervous for 11 days. He was gone. He was nowhere to be found.
I don't know.
He was nowhere to be found. You had no idea?
I don't know.
What do you think was going on?
I have
People thought he was on The Masked Singer.
That's what I heard that yesterday.
That was fun.
And by the way, I mean, it's not that unbelievable
I thought
of a thing.
thought that was true.
with the Fox TV,
I thought it was
broadcasting gig coming up,
Yep.
and hey, you sign this when you're retired. You have a professional obligation coming up. Now we're going to sign back with Tampa. This is scheduled, so I'm going to do this.
Yep.
Because I have $37 million, 37 million reasons after this to do this.
370 actually.
Well, 1 year at a
Yeah,
time.
okay.
Let's do 1 year at a time. So I actually thought that was pretty believable, and even if it isn't true, which he said it isn't, I would not be surprised if you see him on The Masked Singer. I have no clue.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it's like he's not going to come back because that whole show is about like
think,
this guys and not. He's not going to come back. It's like, yep, that's where I was. I have no clue where he was.
And also, it's not like he scheduled this and didn't want to cancel it because of like a fee for canceling a vacation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what I'm wondering is like, did he just have something
You didn't
planned?
buy the traveler's insurance?
Yeah, he didn't pay the $64.95 for the whole family to like get their redemption on it. So did he have something planned though? Maybe
It's possible. I mean, are you worried about it though?
Well, now that he's back,
Look,
I'm not. When he wasn't back, I was like, is he going to retire?
It is. It's not like him once the season starts to do that. But he also is 45 years old. He's been in the league, 23 years or something like that. So the fact that he is gone for 11 days and now he's back now, it's like kind of like he's back into it. And he's not, it's not like he's checking out, but if there's one guy you're not going to worry about, it's him.
I could not agree more.
Because he's probably doing more work.
Working out every day in general.
While he's gone, he's still putting it in the work, and then learning the offense. He knows the offense, so
I just felt
it's just uncharacteristic of him.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Now it does line up with people at the end of their careers. Roger Clemens, when I was in the minor leagues, he came back and then had a deal where he only had to be there on days that he pitched.
Well, that makes sense, though, because he only worked on every 5 days.
But still, that's not a normal thing. That's very, very different. Yeah, than anybody else's in the clubhouse.
I see the connection.
Yeah,
I absolutely see the connection. It's unheard of where he's just going to fly in, pitch, go home.
Yep.
But he's like you said, he's one of those guys that's tested, tried.
Yeah. And like, what are you going to do? Like the guy.
As long as he keeps coming in with his good stuff, you don't really care.
Nailed it.
So,
speaking of that, so Brady's back. Okay.
I don't think you need to worry about him.
We don't need to worry about him. Okay, good. The next piece, though, I did watch the Nolan Ryan Facing Ryan documentary.
I didn't see that yet.
Oh, it's great.
You sent me the quote.
It's just I love. I also watch Fastball, which is incredible. Fastball is how they started to determine how fast people threw, but Kevin Costner narrates it.
Oh, does he?
And it's everybody that's ever thrown hard.
He might be my favorite actor.
Yeah, and he was a great narrator on this too. So that was great. And Facing Nolan, though, first quote of the thing, somebody said, from Nolan Ryan had this quote. He's like, when I step over the white line, I don't even like myself.
I told that to my kid.
It got me the biggest goosebumps maybe that ever. Like, I just was so fired up from that.
No.
Oh, when I walk over the white line, I don't even like myself.
That is
awesome.
Yeah, I told my kid.
That's as good as it is.
There's a different mentality that you have to play sports.
Yep,
and that's the mentality.
You'll like that because you're from that rough and tough culture. I mean, he's a Texan cattle farmer. Played for 27 years, literally threw as many complete games as anybody ever. I mean, these records aren't even remotely close. Nobody will be forever. Nobody will be remotely close to these. Not even in the same.
It's a different game. It's a different game.
Yeah, it's a great one. You'll like that. It's an hour and a half. Good time. Facing Nolan on Amazon. Well, I watched it on Amazon Prime. You can watch it on a few different things.
Can you?
Yeah, I think it was it was like $2.99 to like rent it, something like that. Right. Okay, so our last thing is our watch.
Well, your watch, your new watch.
You had this watch. I liked it. I got a version of it.
I'm glad you got a different color.
Oh, I wasn't going to get the same watch.
Good. I appreciate that.
Well, it is the same watch. It's just this year.
It's fine.
Version.
But I mean,
yeah, I like the silver face.
Yeah, good.
We got the Garmin watches, so we're tracking. I mean, literally everything now. We're not tracking. I mean, this thing is picking up where the elevation I'm at and what my heart rate is at certain elevations and the whole 9 yards. So,
I've got to figure out because I'm at 82
I turned
right now. What a lot of that stuff. What
are you
heart rate?
Yeah, what's your heart rate?
I don't even know how to find it right now. Oh, okay. Hold on. I
changed my settings so it's right in the front.
See, I don't know if mine works right now. Mine's at 61.
No, there's no way you're at 61.
I'm just in that good of shape.
Yeah, I'm worked up. I'm talking.
Like I've had this thing for a few years, so
you gotta clean.
I don't
maybe clean the thing.
I don't know. I don't know if the sensors go out after a while. I mean, I've put it through some paces.
Okay.
So
let's bring Austin on. Powered by Squad Locker. Always remember that. So
we're gonna have a newsletter coming out.
Newsletter is coming out soon. Let's talk about that probably next week
when we get more direction on it.
Yeah, and then people will be able to subscribe to it. It's got a lot of cool stuff. And then also, if our modeling careers took off.
Oh my God, I can't believe those photos came out that good.
The pictures look phenomenal, but I will be deleting those from my brain.
I'll tell you what, that was the OGO. That was a nice suit.
Those joggers are great. That top is great. The bodies that were filling them are not great.
They're dark colors. They make it look good, but
that is true.
I will say, like even and it was an XL. We probably should have gone in double. We should have gone double X.
Yeah, actually, the pants weren't terrible.
But I think the jacket may have looked better on me.
The jacket looked better on you. But I don't understand how. You're so much fatter than me.
For an XL, for us, being bigger, it's still a good size XL.
It's a good size XL. It's a good way to put it.
You know what I mean? So it wasn't too small,
or two boxes,
or one hey, you get it. You usually wear XLs in this, and then you go to this one brand and you got to wear a 3X.
Yeah, no, I don't like that.
Well,
let me tell you
what
brand. Let me tell you what brand that is. Brady brand. All right, let's bring on Austin. So we have Austin Bradshaw on. He's the CEO of American Flag Football Association. Again, this is episode 79. We mentioned that in the beginning.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Just going back, recapping everything.
Powered by Squad Locker. These guys are a Squad Locker client. They do a bunch of work with us, and we love doing a bunch of work with them. So American Flag Football Association. Austin, tell us about it. And it is big now. For sure. It's not something that I'm sure Dan even knew about when he was playing. I never knew about it when I was not playing football. But it seems to have jumped into the forefront of safety and protection and something that a lot of youth athletes are doing, since, I don't know, 5-6 years ago? Does that feel right?
I want to say probably more than that, right?
Maybe
Austin?
even longer?
Yeah, well, I mean, we started actually in 2004. Just as a fun little program for the kids to do, in addition, as an alternative to tackle. We do spring and fall seasons, so a lot of kids in the actually our spring seasons are bigger because we have the tackle kids that play, to keep, the team together and keep, doing football plays and stuff. And then in the fall, we get the other kids that are not quite ready for tackle, or we have some that actually do both. In the fall, not the best thing tell the tackle coaches that, but no, we started in 2004, really kind of before the CTE thing kicked in, but that's never been an emphasis for us or anything like that. It's a different sport, but we've seen the growth from, we started with 34 kids, and now we're around 12,000 kids a year that play flag just in our Massachusetts area. So now, that's under New England Flag Football. We started as Peabody Flag Football and then grew and grew. And then we just recently last year joined up with AFFL Youth. And so now we're going more across the country, to Ohio, Florida, Rhode Island, Indiana. We have people calling us that want to start leagues every day from Arizona. So it's blowing up all over. And then the other thing that's getting really big now is the girls flag. I don't know if you've seen that or heard about it. Like it's in high schools in some parts of the country. We're trying to get it here in Mass. We reached out to MIAA, so I think in the next couple of years it's going to be here. And then colleges, there's 18 colleges that run girls flag with scholarships to go play flag. And I think just a matter of time, it'll be NCAA and you'll have, Ohio, Michigan, playing girls flag football. I think it's a good thing.
Wow. How does the league run with you, Austin, where, you see these other programs, hockey, soccer, baseball, and I know you have spring and fall, but it's 3-4 times a week, and you're probably dealing with kids age 5 to 17, I would assume, for flag, somewhere around there, or 14. What's the time commitment for you guys, or does it depend on kind of what team you're looking for?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, our emphasis is it's low commitment. So it's down the ladder of other sports. So it's 1 day a week. So you practice, you play, and you're done. Some coaches try to have a couple more. And if everyone's on board, that's fine. We just don't want to get into a situation where if a kid didn't make a practice, it's going to hurt him on the weekend. But we play Friday, Saturday, Sunday for all our different leagues. But it's basically a 1 hour practice, a 1 hour game, and that's it. So you can still play your regular soccer, basketball, baseball, whatever. And then flag is just that fun sport, you can just do for a couple of hours a week.
Yeah. So for me, being a soccer player, 2-time state champion, I
love how he always throws
my
that
only football that I played was flag football, right? Or two-hand touch, right? I mean, and it's awesome. Like, I don't know what it's like to put on a helmet and shoulder pads. Isn't that weird? Is that weird for you to think?
No.
I don't know what it's like.
I mean, you grow up, you're playing sports.
That's a sport. That's a sport that my school had. We didn't have football, or this would have been a different story.
Why do you think that would shock me?
Because your whole life you've put a helmet on.
Yeah.
And I've played plenty of football. Like, I know probably...
You've just never put a helmet on.
All the pass. I know all this stuff, but I've never put a helmet on and actually taken a real snap.
You've never gotten tackled?
No. Well, I've gotten tackled.
Yeah, you got tackled, and then you came up and tried to get a red card off the guy. Act like your legs broke.
I've been slide tackled. Yeah, exactly. No, but it's I haven't done it. So I consider myself like a flag football or a two-hand touch pro. Because I've played a ton of it. You have probably never played flag football.
No, I think, and I asked Austin this, I think it's kind of crazy because when we were growing up, Austin, it was like you were outside, you were playing two-hand touch or tackle with your buddies, and I kind of feel like, flag is one of those things where, it almost got organized to get these kids just playing just like moving. A normal kid, what I mean? Because it's low time commitment, you don't really, you can do other sports, it's 1 day a week, but it's kind of like backyard football.
No, it's exactly. It's like organized recess, right? With, we throw in the referees, we line the field, we have the coaches, they have practices, and that's kind of what it's developed from, into what it is today. And today it's huge, and all around the world, not just here in America. I know they play in Europe, South America. We were just in Germany a few months ago playing in a tournament. I coach a girls team still, and we went out to a women's tournament. So it's people just love the sport, and flag it gives access to everyone and anyone. And I know a lot of tackle guys that played flag, because, like a bigger kid, he can catch a touchdown. He can throw a touchdown, whereas, in tackle, not so much, you're on the line and that's kind of it, right? Dan?
You're talking to one right here.
That's it.
You had one chance.
Once you get put there, it's hard to get out.
Once you're the big kid, you're not the small kid anymore. You did have one chance to get a touchdown that I've seen multiple times. Remember the fumble?
Yeah.
That was your only shot.
No, that was it. AFC Championship game.
Man, that one hurts.
We got the touchdown. Logan got it, but if it bounced left, it was mine.
He bullied you for that. He bullied you.
Like I said, I mean, I don't even know if I want that one back because we ended up losing the game.
No, but it would have been a good
like, hey, look at my touchdown. I don't want to watch the game. Just that play.
And then on the ball it says L. Yeah. Oh, you can't have that.
No, you don't get game balls for losses, boys.
So you said it's in the female and girls are playing this, right? So what was it called? It was called, I think it was it called Powder Puff?
Powder Puff is when the cheerleaders played or the girls played. I mean, that was their flag game.
Was a thing, right?
It was a thing, right?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And I think that's where it's kind of evolved from.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think the girls want to play more. They don't just want to play that one game a year, in the fall. They want to play like a season, a league, and tournaments. And we just got back from a girls' tournament in Pennsylvania. They had 82 teams, from all over the country. It was a blast. It's just, I think they just want to play more and more. And because it's flag and there's no contact, if a girl's fast, they're fast, so they can compete, they can play. And we have an all girls league, but some prefer to play in the boys league and play against the boys, you know. And it's not until you get to that like 12, 13-year-old where they're on the same level, you know. And then as we mature, as the kids get older, that the difference sets in. But up to that age, we have 6, 7, 8-year-old, 9-year-old girls that are faster than the boys, you know, and they love it. It's just fun.
Yeah, no, they really do. And East Greenwich has a flag program in Austin. We've talked about this before too. It's under NFL flag, and I'm all for like, you know, the kids getting out, and it does introduce them to the game of football, and it teaches some basic fundamentals and, you know, throwing, catching. There's some other things that I don't necessarily like about the flag rules, and you guys had an opportunity, being your own league, to adjust the rules.
Exactly. We've been doing, like I said, NFL flag for 17 years, 18 years. And then when the tackle guys are coming in the spring, they get frustrated because they can't pitch, they can't lateral, they can't blitz, you know, and it was too restrictive. So when we started the new league, and I don't know if you've heard about the American Flag Football League, the adults, the pros, and some of the pros have been out there playing flag. So we kind of took those rules, adapted them to youth. So we have, you know, we run a pro clock. We do a throw off to start the game, which goes back to the like the recess thing. You know, that's a fun part of the game. And then we have laterals, pitches, blitzes, you know, screen passes. We do an onside play at the end of the game. You know, if you're down, you can still go for it, you know, so to speak. So we just kind of changed it up a little bit, and it seems to, you know, re-energized it for us and made it, you know, a little bit more fun, and the kids are into it.
Yeah. So is the rule is the rule 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi?
No. Like actually, I mean, and Austin backed this up. In the NFL flag version, and again, kudos to the NFL for encouraging kids to get out there and play football in a non-contact way if they don't want to. But remember, the blitz line's like 7 yards in the NFL flag rule, and it's 7 yards, and you can go right off the snap.
But whether
that 7 yards is accurate because it's dads out on the field lining the fields before the game is one thing, but also where the kid lines up, and is the umpire going to call him if he's a yard off? But they also like time it up too. So by the time the quarterback gets a snap, the blitzer's right off him. So it's not like you have a sense to sit back there and actually see the field and, you know, make a read and, I want to go there. It seems like there's a guy in front of their face all the time. It turns into a scramble drill, you know, and it just, that part about it drives me nuts.
Sorry. So we changed it to where if someone does come in and crosses that line, the quarterback can take off. You know, you have 6 seconds to throw the ball, so they're not running around all day. But in NFL flag, you know, you couldn't cross that line of scrimmage, which is, for me, it's a little unrealistic, right? But now, if someone's coming at you, like, see you later, you know, just take off downfield.
Yeah, you better make sure you make that tackle.
Remember the 1 Mississippi rule, though?
Yeah. Oh, it was great.
Snap, and you'd be like, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3. Just chasing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The old recess. I like how you said organized recess. That makes a ton of sense because every time you've played two-hand touch or flag, you know, like with your buddies, it's been recess. And you're like, okay, you know, alternate picks, grab a ball, and then throw the ball up and so you can catch it, right? You're organizing it. You're making it good and safe, right? So another safety thing, a quick safety question. Are we wearing helmets yet? Or not helmets, but the pads yet? I know that's a big thing that's out there. I don't see why you need to. You know, I mean, if they're not wearing it in soccer, they're not wearing it in softball, baseball, right?
They're wearing it over their helmets.
Over their helmets in the NFL and tackle. Is there a rule on that yet, or is that something that will probably stay? You know,
it's probably just by choice,
up to the individual.
Yeah, I think it's up to the parents. What I've seen is on the West Coast, a lot of kids wearing those soft shell helmets. And there's a ton of brands out there, you know, there's too many to list, but a few companies have approached us about it. But for me, it's an extra cost, right? That you don't really need. Like like I said, we've done thousands of games. We've never had a head injury, touch wood. Yeah. But, you know, if someone wants to wear one, we're not going to tell them they shouldn't or they can. They absolutely can. But it's just not made its way over here. I don't think with flag, with non-contact, you necessarily need one. Maybe when they get older, you know, so that 7-on-7 that you see, where the kids, they're really moving, they're flying fast, and it's just an extra protection. But for us, for 6-year-olds running around, I don't think you need them.
And then how many kids are on the field at the same time? Is it 7-on-7?
We do 5-on-5, you know, so a team, they can have up to 12 for substitutions, but it's just 5-on-5, and then the coaches, you know, sub in and out. What I try and do is 5 on offense, 5 on defense. Keep it easy. Keep the parents happy, right? Because they're recording the playing time of every player, and it's flagged just for fun. So I just do it so it's easy. Everyone play, and then the second half, the defense plays offense. The offense, so everyone gets every position. It's just for fun.
Now, a football question probably for you and for you, Austin, on this. I feel like a coach of a quarterback, say that's playing, real tackle football, in 7th grade, right? So it's Pop Warner or whatever it might be, and then maybe as they get a little bit older, it's high school. I feel like this is like you want this for them in the spring. Yeah. I would want my quarterback playing flag, touch, 7-on-7, like you said.
Yeah.
As much as possible outside of the season because they're seeing they're seeing passing routes. They're throwing the ball.
Yeah. I think so, and I think that's probably where. And Austin, feel free to chime in on this as well. I mean, I think you see other sports playing year round. I think this is a way for the sport of football to sort of have that spring league or that summer, whether it's flag in the fall or 7-on-7, where, hey, we can keep this group together. We can keep them working on, these techniques and fundamentals, and we can keep them going. And then they're going to be ready for fall.
I think that, like you say, Dan, you hit the nail on the head, is keep the team together, and keep them going. Like my son just started high school. We're up in Methuen, and he played flag. He never played tackle. He played flag his whole life. One of the bigger kids. Now he's playing tackle at high school. He loves it. He played quarterback his freshman year. He's going into his sophomore year. He's looking at tight end and stuff. But every Wednesday night they get together and they do these scrimmages. And, receivers are running combo routes. Defense is playing zone, playing man. And it's an extension of the game, but without the contact. So it makes total sense, just to keep them on the same page. And then come end of the summer, the fall, they go straight into it. You didn't take 9 months off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think linemen are different because there's no blocking and flag. What also drives me nuts, Austin? Do you have this rule in your league when the ball crosses the line of scrimmage, whether a running back or running the ball, or when the receiver catches it, everybody else on the field has to stop running? And sometimes, you have to turn into like a statue in the middle of the field. Oh no, it's ridiculous.
So it's just
because they don't want people running around the ball with incidental contact or anything like that,
running into each other.
But it's just sort of like it's still a game that's part of the game.
You're playing stuck in the mud.
You want to run down and you're not throwing blocks. You're not throwing crackback blocks.
Yeah.
Getting in the way, even just tell them don't get in the way, but they can't even run down to celebrate with their teammate when they score a touchdown.
Yeah, I feel like it's taking a little bit of fun out of it, doing it like that. And then that was the rule, so no one accidentally blocked anyone or anything. But try telling, 6-year-olds to stop running. You got no chance, right? So,
there's no way.
The new rules, you can lateral it, right? So I tell our kids now to trail them, to follow them, to make it fun. You remember the whole Randy Moss play, throwing it back over his head.
Can you lateral it down the field?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It's awesome. It's so much fun. Oh, yeah. It opens up your playbook.
The old hook and ladder.
The old hook and ladder. Yeah. The old hook and ladder. So that's real, huh? That's
real in NFL flags. And I think we talked about this before when Austin came into the building where, again, nothing wrong with NFL flag and how they have it set up. I mean, how about the kids when they get their gear and they get their jerseys? I mean, that's just like smiles on their face when they get the new swag. But they haven't progressed their rules to sort of, make the game as fun as it could be. I mean, it's still a great time. And you see the kids out there having a blast. The parents are having a blast. Low commitment. And you're getting an introduction to football. And I've known 1,000 guys that, in college, not 1,000, but a lot of guys that get to that next level, they don't start playing high school football till 10th or 11th grade.
Yeah,
you don't need to play. And if you want to play youth football or organized football at 2nd grade, which I did or whatever, flag wasn't an option for me. That was the option.
Yeah.
If you want to play that, that's fine. You go your own route, but there's other ways to get to the next level.
It does seem that you're like an NFL guy, multiple Super Bowl champion.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Your son plays a contact sport, hockey.
Yeah.
Right. Hasn't played, but has only played flag so far. And
Correct.
is it now? His age now? What is he? 12, 13?
13.
Is it his decision now, or is it still kind of yours? For a
It's
little bit
not
longer?
his decision now. And he's
Still
been asking
you?
about it. Next year will be his decision.
Got it. Because next year he'll be his
Ninth
freshman.
grade, supposedly.
Yep.
And Austin, I don't know if you've read like the studies that they have on CTE, and it's not necessarily like the big blows or the once the big shot
repetitive.
that you get. It's the repetitiveness of the hitting
Early in life,
football.
early
so
in-
hockey, you're
yeah.
not going to just keep hitting every play.
Right.
It's the constant hitting that you get, and the thought behind it is, and not the thought. I guess someone much smarter than us did a study. The brain is actually done growing at age 14. So in between your skull,
My brain doesn't stop growing.
your skull and your brain, then you have less,
Room.
less
Membrane.
less room.
I think they
where
call
it's
it
not
membrane.
rattling around as
I
much.
think they call it membrane.
I don't think so. The space.
go with Dan on that one.
The space.
Come on, Max. Look it up, Max.
the
What's the room
space-
between your skull and your brain?
The space between your cranium and your brain is
Yep.
less
Okay.
at 14.
Okay, maybe you're right. Maybe
So
you're
it's
right.
the rattling around.
I think that, look at tackle today where it is 20 years ago. I mean, our helmets, we were lucky if we could, tighten them out straight and chin straps. But the technology has come a long way. You saw the NFL, they wear I think it's called a Guardian hat over the helmet.
I still don't get the Guardian hat over the helmet. If it's an extra layer, I'm fine with it. That's fine, but I just don't get it.
Did you see the Hall of
By
Fame
the way,
game?
those helmets that they have nowadays, and I went into the locker room a couple years ago. It's like a love sack on your head. It is like
What's a love sack?
Oh, it's like a.
Oh, you
What
mean
do you
like a
I'm not
cushion?
laughing at that. I'm laughing at
a
the
love
name
sack.
of the.
You know
like
the
a love sack.
the mattresses.
Okay, the big the
It's
cushion.
like a
love sack.
sofa.
Okay,
Sofa
all right.
on your head. You know,
I
you've
just
never
haven't
heard of a love sack?
Well, it's a strange term.
It's the
Yeah.
new beanbag,
Beanbag. Okay, beanbag's a better term.
but they're very soft and comfortable.
Okay. Did you see that in the Hall of Fame game? You might have saw this, Austin. The hit that I can't remember the guy's name. The receiver took. And they
what?
showed it head to head in the first game of the year. What do they call it? The Hall of Fame game.
Yeah.
The Hall of Fame game.
Yeah, the one that 2 weeks ago or whatever.
Yes.
He took a hit, and it showed the compression on the helmet. And these new helmets, it's like nothing. His head didn't move. The helmet was all over the place,
No.
whatever it is, membrane was squishing around in there.
So
what's it
the
called?
reason
Max?
I was laughing is I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. It's the space between the brain and the skull is called subarachnoid space.
Okay,
Not a membrane.
Thanks,
wasn't
Max.
a membrane.
Thanks.
A membrane would make sense.
No one.
Well, insane in the membrane.
Membrane's like a layer.
Filled with arachnoid
It's not an
fluid.
empty space. Isn't a
Arachnoid
membrane a
is
layer?
That's what
Is a arachnoid is a spider.
Spider.
It's a
That's what I was
spider.
thinking.
Allison
Ugh.
agrees it's a spider too.
I don't like that at all. That's disgusting. Okay, so the safety thing is definitely for real though. Like the
Oh,
safety
one-
thing
I'd-
is for real. And
1000%.
how many kids total? You might not know this number, Austin. I'm putting you on the spot. How many kids do you think are participating in, and boys and girls, in flag overall throughout the country? Is this thing getting to 1 million kids? Or
I think it's about 4 million kids.
No kidding.
In organized
That's big.
leagues.
I'll times that by 4.
wow, I would have guessed 1 million. 1 million would have been my number, but 4 million. Wow, that's a lot.
Then, and there's like 7 million that are playing in leagues and tournaments and all across the country. It's a lot. So it's grown.
Now, what's it take in terms of, you mentioned it, you mentioned the jersey thing. Mm-hmm. And this is a big part of like what we do at Squad Locker, right? Like, when you look at a sport, hockey, they've got 20 things they got to buy.
And you have
know what I mean?
you have 12,000 kids in mass going on.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So that's a lot.
Yeah. You've got baseball, you got quite a few things you need. You need a ball, you need a glove, you need a bat. You got to go out there, with your buddies. In flag, what do you need? You're going to wear shirts or pants, a jersey, and then a set of flags and a ball?
Shirts and skins.
And that's why it's relatively low cost because you need a shirt and flags. That's it.
That's it.
If you want to buy
You need a ball. You need a ball. Don't forget about a ball.
Nice cleats. We give a football to the team. Every team gets the football, and that's it. They have at it. They don't need the helmet. They don't need the special shorts. It's just the jersey. That luckily through you guys, we now offer numbers. that we couldn't do with NFL flag. We can put the names on the back. We can even add a sponsor.
Right.
So it just opened up a ton of things for us. And for me, it's about, and I loved NFL flag. I did it forever, but you can only be the Jets so many times, right? You're like, okay, I don't want to be I don't want to be the Browns this season. I want to be the Jags. But with this, it's more like a community feel. Like, you can represent your town. We put the Peabody logo or the Beverly logo or wherever, and it's like, oh, that's where they play. Whereas if you see a kid in Walmart wearing a Saints jersey, you have no idea what league they came from, So for me as an operator, I love it. When you see the kids in the shirts around town, it's awesome.
He brought up a good point too, is the inclusion that it brings not only with the kids, but the town itself. And we have it like Fridays and Thursday nights, and you go down like the, First and First, or like the main spot of East Greenwich or whatever, the town.
Eldridge.
But the lights are on, the people are in the stands, you got, hopefully some food trucks, or, the restaurants are packed, after the game. And it's just, everybody comes together. And that's how, I didn't sense that as much in high school football up here as I did in Pennsylvania. But when I pull up,
it's not as much.
When I pull up to flag football on a Thursday or Friday night, it is packed and everybody's just going nuts.
Yeah, it's being from a school that didn't have football, right? We didn't have that Friday Night Lights feel. I don't sense it. I always loved going to it. Town beside us had it, and the place would be packed, and it was awesome, right? And we used to go too. But down here, I don't know if I feel it as much either. It's strange.
Yeah,
maybe it's just because I'm not
different
involved
areas,
in it.
Different sports. That's just the way it is.
Because I can't imagine your high school.
It doesn't have to be huge everywhere.
I bet you guys were you wore the jerseys the day before the coach gave the speech, the pep rally.
Friday night. So we wore them to school. Yes.
Okay, and then you played that night.
Yeah.
You didn't have to go to class that day.
No, that's not true.
What'd you do Saturday? Was Saturday like pancake breakfast?
No, we didn't do pancake. We came in, we watched the film, and ran.
Oh, you actually worked out on Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So
we wanted to be good.
Deal.
We wanted to be good.
Okay. Yeah. Good for you. But I will say, you go down, like Dan said, you go down to the corner in East Greenwich. The lights are on. I've stopped before. He was coaching. I was going to go shoot the breeze with him, thinking it was like a kind of a calm thing. Oh, he's got a headset on. He's got guys in there. Oh, yeah.
That's not true.
He's trip right. You were screaming plays. I'm like, whoa, Dan's busy, actually. I can't go over there.
Well, if you can teach them the fundamentals and some language that they're going to hear later on, and if they get used to it, then it helps them out later on.
That's true, I guess.
But it's funny because we've had coaches with the earpiece and then put a kid in the earpiece, put a woolly hat so you couldn't see it, because the coach came and complained, he's calling the plays. I'm like, what are you talking about? And I went over and the kid had the earpiece, and I was like, wow. These guys are.
That's going.
gotta kick them
I even get frustrated when they have extra practices. I really do. It's just it's flag, and you can do the competitive route. If you're competitive, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But if you're just for the the town flag team, it's one night. It's 1 hour for practice, 1 hour for game.
Right.
It's about having fun. It's about everybody getting a chance to touch the ball, getting a chance to score, playing defense, and not just. Hey, second half, it's a close game. You still sub. You still get them in there and let them play.
Yeah, they want to win, though, Dan. They want to win. Oh, my God.
Oh, I know, but that to me, and you get to like the 11, 12-year-olds, you want them to have that spirit, but then they also have to learn, hey, this is for everybody, too. They definitely want to win, and coaches want to win.
We let the kids call the plays. You know what I mean?
I
when are you going to get that in any other sport, right? At any level, you don't get to call the shot. But with flag, there's only 5 kids. Hey, you call the routes, tell that kid to go deep, tell that kid to run a slant, and have fun, and then learn from that as opposed to the coach throwing the clipboard up in the air,
I absolutely, I actually might take your approach on that and just let the kid, because I'll just handle the substitutions and making sure everybody's on the same page.
Now, you've got a big thing coming up.
Grow and mature, so we have a 4th down, so you choose to go for it, or you can punt, which means the team starts on their 5, and you're on your own 5.
Rule too.
And the kid's like, go for it. So and then they don't get it, and then you spot the ball going the other way. They're like, wait, what happened? You go, well, hey, that's the choice you made. You gotta live with it. So it's a good teaching tool.
Yeah, nice. You guys have a big event coming up. So it's American Flag Football Youth World Championship. It's down in Florida, right? So you've got, this is from age 6 to 16? and then 8 to 17 for girls. Like this. So this is. I mean, is this you take the best team from Massachusetts, best team from Rhode Island? Is it more than that? Like, what's going on with this big event?
Yeah, so we're really looking forward to it. It's been like 2 years in the making. We've been running tournaments all over. Like last year we did SoFi, FedEx Field. We've done MetLife. We've done Gillette way back in the day. But we were looking for something to create a national tournament. And we've done the NFL Flag Nationals for years, and it's great. And they always go to the Pro Bowl. The kids get a ticket. For that, you have to qualify to get in, which I get because they want the best of the best. The way ours is set up for this year, at least, is it's open. So anybody can go, because I feel there's so many teams that don't get to go and have that experience. Like, let's do something where everyone can come. But so day one in Disney is a round robin. Everyone plays 4 games. And then the best from those teams will advance to the world champions. So we're only taking one team from each state to play on day 2 for the world champions. And then everybody else will go into like an open championship, whereas, they still get to play and continue the tournament, but it's not at that high level. So we don't have the ability right now to run, 18 tournaments across the country. But our goal is eventually to be like a Little League World Series model, where we have regionals all over. You win that, you advance. But just because we get it started, and Disney is not the cheapest venue that you could possibly look at renting, we're open up to all teams,
Are you guys having it at Wide World? Is that where you're having this event? Is that at World Worlds? Yeah. So, I mean, they have
January 20th, and we got 24 flag fields, and we've been there before, and that's the place. Like, it's just awesome. They do a great job. Disney doesn't mess around. It took us, a long time to get this in place. So we're really.
How big is a flag field?
70 by 30?
Yeah, we do 25. And actually, we made our end zones a little shorter. I mean, you figure a 100-yard field, you got a 10-yard end zone. So we got a 50-yard field. So let's do a 7-yard end zone. So that's what we use, 25 by 64.
You work with the space that you have.
Yeah, exactly. You make it smaller. We say that to Parks and Recs all the time. We run on 20 leagues right now. They always ask us, we give them the space to go, well, we got this. It's fine. You adjust it, just to whatever makes it work.
Yep.
No, that's awesome. I mean,
it's a great support.
And we appreciate you working with Squad Locker too, and doing the uniform thing and all that. And then this is a big, I've been responsible for sales for a long time here, and I would tell you like where we really shine. Diamond Sports, baseball, softball's always been on the top of the list. The hockey's always been on the top of the list. This is one of those ones. I would say women's volleyball is doing a big growth also right now. Like, it's becoming more and more popular, and they buy a lot of stuff and they do it. But flag has shot up that list from nowhere. This is just there's so much of it going on right now, and it's, pretty simple for people to do, like you said, in terms of the apparel. But there's 4 million kids playing, like you said. I mean, this has gone from not being very big to jumping up the list.
That number's not going down either.
Yeah, no, I see that one going up. Lacrosse is my one that people are always like, it's getting huge. It stays the same.
Well,
flag is growing.
Like I said, some areas are stronger.
Yeah, flag has been going through the roof on this. I just see it more and more. And we probably do. I bet we do. Little look under the veil. Is that what you call it?
Yeah.
Look behind the curtain.
Look under the hood.
Yeah, look under the hood. We probably do
behind the veil.
Behind the veil.
Behind the veil.
Behind the veil.
Usually
under the
pull
veil.
up the veil. Under the veil. Under.
So I think we probably do. If I was going to guess, and we could separate this, I think we probably do maybe more flag than we do tackle in terms of outfitting apparel and everything like that at Squad Locker here, which is, it seems to be, that's hyper.
Awesome.
I would call that hyper growth.
It's phenomenal.
It's getting big. So,
Austin, we appreciate you coming on and talking to us about American flag, and best of luck in Disney.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. I had a fun time.
You got it. You go Sox too. I like that Red Sox hat.
Yeah.
Go Sox.
They'll get it.
They'll be good again someday, Austin. All right. Bye now, buddy.
See you, buddy.
See ya.
Past Our Prime is brought to you by Squad Locker. Squad Locker is your one-stop shop for custom team apparel, delivered right to your front door. Learn more by visiting squadlocker.com.